Hi guys, this is Mike at tabletbike.com, and I'm here today with two 10-inch Android tablets. We have here in the left Lenovo ThinkPad Tablet, the business oriented slate, and this one on the right is the Asus EEE Pad Transformer, another slate targeted to those of you that need such a device in order to get together some work. So they're not just multimedia devices like some might call the iPad. They are tablets that can help you put together work and can offer a bit of productivity. Okay, so in this clip we're going to have a quick look at both these devices and see which one is actually better at their job. First of all, let's start with the ThinkPad tablet and take a quick look at the exterior. You can see that the ThinkPad tablet is made from this soft plastic, which is the same finish as the one used on ThinkPad laptops. Actually feels very comfortable, allows very good grip, and the edges are rounded, and this way the device is quite comfortable to hold with with both of your hands. However, it's a bit heavy, feels a little bit heavy. I'm going to talk about this in a couple of seconds. On the other hand, this one is probably not as solid built as the ThinkPad, but I had it for a couple of months and I can't say anything bad about its reliability. Edges are made from metal, the back is made from this texture plastic. Feels solid, it doesn't feel as stylish as the one we have here, but it will be quite okay. It's a little bit thinner, I believe, and just a bit lighter than the one here, and overall feels better when held like this with both of your hands. Feels a little bit more balanced than the one we have here, the ThinkPad tablet. The screen, both come with 10-inch screens, and it's pretty much the same resolution, 1280 by 800 pixel, and pretty much same brightness, although I'd say this screen on the Asus is just a tad brighter, and you're going to notice that when trying to use these tablets outside. Otherwise, you're going to be fine with both of them. And right now, let's go ahead and have a quick look on the sides and see what both of these offer in terms of ports. I'm going to start with the ThinkPad tablet, and we have here volume rocker. This is the left part, I believe. You have a volume rocker here. Buttons are fairly nicely built, quite okay. You have here a string that attaches to a pen, because this one comes with a digitizer and a pen included that goes here in the special compartment on the case. On the bottom you have speakers, so only mono speaker on this one. And behind this there is a full-size USB slot that gets this cover so it won't get damaged or filled with dirt. Another cover here that protects two compartments. One is for an SD card, so full-size SD card, and next to it there is a SIM slot. Okay, let's close this. Next to it there is a proprietary docking connector. It's going to be used with a docking. As you can see, this tablet will come with a vertical docking, and it uses this connector for combining the two. Next to it there is mini USB, actually I believe it's micro, yeah, it's micro USB, mini HDMI headphone set, and on top you only have the power button. On the back, 5 megapixel camera with microphone, and on the front another front-facing camera here in the corner, and you can see this physical buttons for home, back, web browser, and screen lock. So they're fairly nicely built, and they're a bit stiff, which makes them a bit uncomfortable to press, but also allows you, makes sure you won't press them by mistake when holding the device like this in your hand. On the other hand, we have the Asus EEE Pad Transformer, probably familiar with this one. Nothing on top. Headphone, microphone here, mini HDMI and micro SD card, one of the speakers. On the bottom there is the docking connector, and this places where the docking station actually attaches to the tablet. On this other side, the other speakers, so stereo speakers on this one, volume rocker and power button. So definitely have fewer options on this one, and the main thing they're going to miss when choosing the transformer over this one is USB. So you have no kind of USB connector on the tablet. While this one offers a micro USB and also a full-size USB for peripherals. As well, this one offers an SD card slot, while this one only has a micro SD card slot. And of course, having the SD is preferable because it allows you to actually connect even a micro SD with an adapter if you want later by. All these extra features make the device a bit bulkier, and according to Lenovo, the screen being covered in Gorilla Glass also adds like 50 grams. And if you're going to compare these two, that's exactly the difference in terms of weight. Both go for around 1.6 pounds, but this one is like 50 grams heavier than the Asus EEE Pad Transformer. If you're going to put it one next to the other, you're going to notice that the transformer is a tad longer, and this one, the ThinkPad tablet, is a tad wider, but overall they pretty much feel the same. However, in terms of width, in terms of height, actually, sorry, you can see that this one is pretty much bigger than the transformer, so it is thicker. Okay, so I accidentally pressed and powered on the Lenovo. Let's go ahead and power on the Asus as well. Both run similar hardware platform, Tegra 2, 1GB of RAM, 16 to 32GB of storage. Both run Android Honeycomb. However, you have Android 3.1 on the Lenovo and Android 3.2.1 right now on the Asus EEE Pad Transformer, and you're going to notice that the Asus EEE Pad Transformer boots a lot faster. Although I've started booting this one like 10 seconds before, you're going to notice that this one will load up faster. Let's give it a second for it to load. Okay, so they actually loaded at the same time, but this one was, I started this one a bit faster than I did the Asus EEE Pad Transformer. I'm going to turn down brightness right now so you can actually see something on the screens. And I'm going to have these two here together, and let me go ahead and compare them and tell you a couple of things about the software and a couple of things about the applications that make these two special. Okay, so as I've said, both come with 10-inch display, 1280 by 800 pixel resolution, and Honeycomb. Pretty much stock Honeycomb editions on both of them. However, while on the Asus EEE Pad Transformer you don't have that many widgets and customization, on this one you have a couple of extra features and a couple of extra applications pre-installed. Some of the features, for instance, you can, when accessing the... Okay, I don't have anything running actually. I'm going to start a couple of applications and I'm going to show you something later. For instance, okay, so right now we have all these applications running, and if you want to close one of them, it's quite easy. You have a small X here and you can close it like this, which is something you're going to find quite useful. Of course, you have the physical buttons as well for navigating. And you have a couple of extra widgets. For instance, you have this app launcher with movies, email, reading, listening, and browser in the middle. You have this carousel as well, which you can customize it and put your own applications here. It's quite simple to do this. Just have to drag an application and put it here, and it's going to be placed there in that carousel, and you can easily launch it from here. I probably saw that I've already opened this, which is the Lenovo App Shop. It doesn't include many more apps than the one, extra apps than the one you find on the Android Market Store. However, it only has applications that are meant for tablets. So that's something quite nice, because you will be able to surf applications that will work flawlessly and that are made to be displayed properly on bigger screens. And you have a bunch of different applications, you have categories here. You can search if you want for something, and you can of course go to the free category. And if you're here, let me show you a couple of small difference. And in keyboards, this is the standard Android keyboard, and this one, the Asus EEE Pad Transformer, comes with this new interface. It also adds a line of rows, which will be quite useful for many of you. However, you can of course go to standard input keyboard and adjust them and find some others in the stores if you want. A couple of other changes. You can see that some of the icons here on the bottom, they're a little bit different on ThinkPad Tablet, and they actually look quite nice. However, they haven't made any change to the watch here, the clock here in the right. Opening the quick access panel, you'll see that going to settings, you'll see that this one allows you to quick access a bunch of different things, while this one only has fewer options available. Still, you saw that on neither of them all these options aren't available with a single click like there are on the TouchWiz interface from Samsung. What I also wanted to show you, we have a couple of extra apps. For instance, this is the Lenovo email application, and it allows you to group together a bunch of different email accounts, and looks a bit different, slight redesign, and it's actually quite beautiful. But once you go inside the email application, it's the same as it was before. And you also have here an improved calendar, for instance, and you have this, which is called the Social Touch, and it allows you to group together your Twitter, your email, your Facebook accounts. You can see that you have them here, and this way you have all the informations in here. If something new comes by, you're going to have a pop-up going to tell you about it. Speaking of apps, you also have a couple of extra here. For instance, you have Sirix, that allows you to connect remotely to your enterprise web servers or something like this and access confident information. There are a bunch of settings that need settings and protocols an IT administrator can input and can set up on this particular tablet. So it will restrict the user access to certain applications, certain websites. It can easily configure this tablet in a batch. So let's say your company buys 100 of this, it can make a certain ROM, a certain patch, let's say, such a bulk of application that will go on top what's default, and it can run it, and all devices will be upgraded at once with a couple of clicks. You don't have to do this manually. You also have I don't know, this USB file copy, which is actually a file manager. So pretty much useful application here, not that special, but they're actually quite okay. And on this other one, you have a bunch of added application as well. You have the MyCloud service that offers you backup and online storage. You have My Library, MyNet for DLNA. You have Polaris Office for for editing Office documents. While on this one, you have Docs2Go for this one, for that. And of course, both have access to the Android market, and you can find there a bunch of extra apps as well. Now, what makes the difference, besides all this enterprise usable settings, like I said, that are available on the ThinkPad, what makes this theoretically special for those looking for a device that need productivity are some of the accessories, and I'm going to tell you more about this in the next part of our clip. Okay, so unlike most other 10-inch tablets, this one comes with, besides the capacitive panel, it also has an N-Trig digitizer, and you can use it with a device like this one, a pen. And to demonstrate this, I'm going to open this application. It's called Note Mobile, and I'm going to show you that you can use the pen for writing and for various types of notes. Unfortunately, you don't have that many applications like this one. Of course, you can add annotations in documents and in PDF files, but if you want to take notes and draw and stuff like this, you're going to need to use this application and some of the other available in the market, but they're not that many. Now in here you have a bunch of different options. You can, of course, okay, let me see the options. You can go to settings, you can adjust from somewhere around here the color and the thickness of your pointer, and then you have two modes here. You have the drawing mode and the writing mode. And let's say we're in the drawing mode, and you can easily draw like things like this, and you can use it for sketches, and it's going to be quite nice for that. For this, you can also handwrite in this mode, and let's say I'm going to write I love this tablet. The pen is actually quite good. But of course this one comes with power rejection, but you can see that it's not always working. There are a couple of tiny marks here, but like I wanted to tell you, because this one comes with a glossy display, you don't have the friction you usually get when writing on a regular piece of paper. So that's why writing is a little bit more complicated, because this one moves around the screen. And of course my handwriting is awful, you can see here, but that's part of the reason why it's so bad, is the fact that you have to write on this piece of glass. Now going to the handwriting mode, you have a bunch of options. For instance, you can select something you've already noted and you can delete it, or you can transform it into text. Okay, the drawing and transform it into text. Yeah, unfortunately I don't have an undo, but let's say I'm going to select all this and transform it into text. I should say I love this tablet, and it's actually working. See, quite good. And the interface is quite intuitive. For instance, if you want to delete something, you can do just like this, and it will delete it. If you want to introduce something between these two words, you should have a space. Should work like this. Not really. Should have a. It should have worked like this. Not really sure. Should have made a space between this between those words. But let's go ahead and delete this. You can also cut it off like with a line like this, and clean some of the other things we have here. Delete. And let's try to write some extra things, like tablet byte is a great website about. You can see that it's not always taking my input. It's a great. Let's try and write website right this time. Website. Great website about tablets and slates. Yeah, can't really always recognize my my handwriting, but you can see that once you're going to get used to it, you're going to find it quite useful. Okay, continuing this, you also have a bunch of other accessories for the ThinkPad tablet. You have, of course, a keyboard and a docking station, and that one is actually going to be quite useful. And besides those, I believe you have a couple of cases that comes with the keyboard, so you have a keyboard folio. Together, combining this, you're going to get a quite decent productivity solution. You don't have an extra battery for that, but overall the device can go for like 8 hours on a single charge, which is actually quite good. On the other hand, the Asus EEE Pad Transformer comes, of course, with what you probably all of you know, the docking station, which offers extra ports, the keyboard, and the extra battery life. So it really depends on what you're going to need. Theoretically, for typing, the keyboard on the ThinkPad is a little bit better, but this one offers twice the battery life, and that should matter if when you're trying to pick a device for life on the road. If you're traveling a lot, those should be aspects you should take into consideration. In terms of prices, the ThinkPad tablet goes for $499, and I believe the pen is extra, $30 extra, and that's for the 16GB Wi-Fi only version. This one goes for $399, also 16GB Wi-Fi only version. The docking station is like $150, and for this one the keyboard case, the folio, goes for like $100. So overall, this will cost you less. This one does offer a couple of extras, like I said, more ports on the tablet and a digitizer, and a couple of extra features and setting options you will find useful in enterprise mode, in enterprise and in business. Of course, I'm pretty sure this tablet will be the pick for companies, for large companies. Not really sure if it's the best pick though for individuals. It really depends on what you're going to need and what you're planning to do with the tablet. I believe that's all for now. More details are available on the site on tabletbuy.com. We're going to have the written comparison between these two devices, and you're going to find there more about the apps and more details on pricing, accessories, and all this extra stuff I might have missed in my video comparison. So please go ahead there. There is a link. There will be a link in the description below. That's all for now. That was Mike at tabletbuy.com with the Asus EEE Pad Transformer and the Lenovo ThinkPad Tablet comparison. Thank you very much for watching, and please press thumbs up and subscribe if you liked our work. Thanks.